It's hard to imagine an America without 1966's muscle cars. This era of power created some of the rarest and most iconic muscle cars the world has ever seen. The muscle car era was at its peak, and the cars from that year are still revered for their raw power, aggressive styling, and performance capabilities. But here's the big question. Were these 1966 muscle cars too fast for you? Well, stick around as we take a look at 5 of the most incredible cars from that era, and you might just need to buckle up for this one. Welcome back to Wheels of Fame, where we showcase the flashiest rides of the world's biggest athletic stars. The 1966 Chevrolet Chevelle SS 396 is a muscle car icon. Part of Chevrolet's mid-size Chevelle lineup, the SS 396 was the performance car of its time. In the heart of the Chevelle SS 396 was its 396 cubic inch V8 engine, which produced 360 horsepower, raw power that made car enthusiasts' jaw drop. The engine was mated to a 4-speed manual transmission, which made owners feel like skilled drivers. At the time, the 0 to 60 miles per hour time of just over 6 seconds was mind-blowing compared to the competition. But the 1966 Chevelle SS 396 wasn't just about speed, it was about precision and control. The muscle car's suspension was dialed in to balance the power of the engine and stability. This focus on handling made the Chevelle SS 396 a serious player on the streets and the track, making it one of the most competitive cars of its time. Visually, the Chevelle SS 396 was bold and aggressive, with muscular lines and a signature grille that made it an unmistakable presence on the road. It may not have the technology of today's cars, but the 1966 Chevelle SS 396 still holds up as a real representation of power and performance. It's a classic muscle car icon and a remembrance of a time when raw power and mechanical simplicity were the driving experience. The 1966 Ford Mustang GT 350 is more than a classic muscle car. It's an icon of performance, innovation, and American ingenuity. Designed by the legendary Carroll Shelby, the GT 350 was a high-performance version of the original Mustang. With a 289 cubic inch V8 under the hood producing 271 horsepower, the GT 350 was built to rule the streets and the track. 0 to 60 in under 6 seconds was impressive for the time and made it one of the most legendary muscle cars of all time. What really set the GT 350 apart was its track-ready suspension and handling, which was key to its success in racing. Shelby worked tirelessly to fine-tune the Mustang, adding high-performance brakes, suspension upgrades, and a tuned engine so the car could not only go fast but handle corners too. These mods made the GT 350 a serious competitor in the world of motorsports, and that's why it's so popular even to this day. Today, the 1966 Ford Mustang GT 350 is an icon in the automotive world. Its speed, precision, and muscle car charm still draw in collectors and enthusiasts. The GT 350 is not just about raw horsepower, it's a big piece of American automotive history. As the car that took the Mustang to new heights of performance, the GT 350's legacy lives on as a benchmark for muscle car design and engineering. The 1966 Pontiac GTO is often considered the first true muscle car, and for good reason. Car manufacturers were just starting to realize that consumers wanted a car that had both power and style without sacrificing practicality. With its 389 cubic inch V8 engine generating 335 horsepower, the GTO was a powerhouse. In 1966, this kind of performance was mind-blowing, enabling the car to race from 0 to 60 miles per hour in just 6.6 seconds. An amazing feat at the time. But it wasn't just about raw speed. The Pontiac GTO also had comfort and luxury, so it was good for daily driving, not just racing. The car's appeal was furthered by its aggressive styling with chrome accents, wide tires, and a sleek design that was part of the muscle car movement. High performance and affordable pricing made it accessible to the average American. As the GTO became more popular, it played a big role in the American muscle car era. The 1966 model's success led to more power and more style in future muscle cars and set the standard for generations to come. Its reputation as the car that defined the segment was cemented, and even with all the advancements in today's cars, the GTO is still a piece of automotive history. The 1966 Dodge Charger is an icon of the muscle car era, blending brute strength with bold styling. Introduced as Dodge's answer to the fastback craze, the Charger made an immediate impact on the car world. Its aggressive, swoopy design set it apart, with a long fastback roofline, hidden headlamps, and a split grille. Its wide stance and sculpted body panels made it look powerful and menacing on the road. Under the hood, the Charger had the legendary 426 Hemi V8 with 425 horsepower and 490 pound-feet of torque. This car was a beast. The 426 Hemi was originally designed for NASCAR racing and found its way into the Charger, making it one of the most powerful engines of its time. The car could go 0 to 60 in about 6.5 seconds, proof of its raw power and performance engineering. Dodge also gave the Charger an upgraded suspension and better weight distribution than most of the competition. Inside, the Charger was as unique as the outside. The dashboard was sleek and futuristic, with a full-length center console and 4 individual bucket seats, combining comfort and style. The interior was Dodge's way of combining luxury with high performance, making it as enjoyable to drive as it was to look at. The 1966 Dodge Charger's influence didn't stop with its era. It became a template for future muscle cars and remains a cultural icon celebrated in movies, television, and car enthusiast communities. Whether for its unparalleled performance or its bold design, the Charger continues to command respect and admiration from car lovers worldwide. The 1966 Buick GS 400 was more than just another muscle car. It was Buick's declaration that they could play in the high-performance market. This was the first of the Grand Sport series, and Buick was now a contender in the golden era of muscle cars. Under the hood, the 400 cubic-inch V8 engine produced 325 horsepower and 445 pound-feet of torque, giving the GS 400 the power and performance edge. Unlike some of the others, the GS 400 wasn't just about brute force. Buick engineers balanced power and refinement, making it one of the most drivable muscle cars of the time. It had a smoother suspension, quieter interior, and premium touches that made it stand out in an era when muscle cars sacrificed comfort for speed. From its styling to its speed, the GS 400 proved you didn't have to be loud to make an impression. Its understated performance and handling had a loyal following, even if it didn't get the headlines like the Chevelle or GTO. Today, the 1966 Buick GS 400 is a collector's treasure, loved for its power and poise. The Buick GS 400 was a car for those who wanted sophistication with speed, a true sleeper in the muscle car world, and a testament to Buick's engineering prowess. Muscle cars, with their big engines and aggressive styling, have become an icon of American pop culture, deeply ingrained in our psyche. These cars, especially the Ford Mustang, Chevrolet Camaro, and Dodge Charger, became famous not just for their speed and engineering, but for what they represented. Muscle cars were the embodiment of the American dream in the 60s and 70s: freedom, independence, and rebellion. They were a statement of personal power and a middle finger to authority. Their influence went beyond the road. Muscle cars have been a staple in Hollywood films, with iconic appearances in classics like Bullitt, 1968, where Steve McQueen's Mustang became legendary, and the Fast and Furious franchise, where muscle cars are central to the action and storylines. They've also appeared in countless music videos, especially in rock and roll and country, where they represent youth, adventure, and anti-establishment attitudes. Muscle cars also caught the attention of advertisers, who tapped into their symbolism of strength, rugged individualism, and the thrill of the open road. These cars were a break from suburban conformity, an escape whether to hit the highway or make a statement. Over the years, they've gone beyond being just a mode of transportation and become cultural icons, representing a certain kind of freedom, rebellion, and American ingenuity. They still have appeal today, with classic muscle car culture thriving among collectors and enthusiasts. So, how do these 1966 muscle cars compare to modern performance vehicles? Well, modern cars have come a long way in tech, aerodynamics, and safety, but when it comes to raw power, these muscle cars still hold their own. Today's performance cars are more refined, with higher top speeds and better handling, but there's something special about the simplicity and brutality of a 1966 muscle car. These cars weren't about finesse, they were about pure, unadulterated speed and power. The 1966 muscle cars, the Ford Mustang GT, Chevy Camaro SS, and Pontiac GTO, were built for one purpose: power. With big V8 engines, these cars were all about straight-line speed. They produced a lot of horsepower with very basic suspension and handling. The muscle car era was all about excess. The more power, the better. For example, the 1966 Ford Mustang GT 350 with its 271 horsepower V8 could go 0 to 60 in under 7 seconds. That was remarkable for the time. On the other hand, modern performance cars like the Chevrolet Corvette Z06, Dodge Charger Hellcat, and Tesla Model S Plaid are about a blend of performance and technology. These cars are lighter, more aerodynamic, and often have advanced suspension systems for better handling and cornering. They also have significant advancements in safety features like lane assist, adaptive cruise control, and automatic emergency braking, features that muscle cars could only dream of. Despite all the advancements in modern cars, the 1966 Ford Mustang still has a special place in the hearts of car enthusiasts. Modern performance cars are faster, smarter, and safer, but they lack the raw, unbridled feel of a 1966 muscle car. There's something special about driving these old-school cars. No computers, no traction control, just pure power under the hood, waiting to be unleashed. It's that visceral experience that keeps classic car lovers coming back. The 1966 muscle car is celebrated today as one of the most iconic and sought-after cars in automotive history. This era of muscle cars, defined by raw power, aggressive styling, and a rebellious spirit, is the golden age of American automotive engineering. Cars like the Ford Mustang, Chevrolet Chevelle, and Pontiac GTO from the mid-60s have become collectibles, their rarity and historical value only increasing with time. These cars are super rare, especially those in excellent condition or with original parts, and are highly sought after in the collector car market. Prices for well-maintained or restored cars from this era have gone up over the years, and some models are now fetching 6 figures at auctions. The 1966 Ford Mustang, for example, can go for $30,000 to $50,000 for a classic, and fully restored rare ones can go much higher. The 1966 muscle car is a dream for car enthusiasts because of its performance and style. These cars were built to perform on the road and turn heads wherever they go. The V8 engine's aggressive body lines and chrome details made these cars stand out. Their legacy is celebrated at car shows and auction houses around the world, where car enthusiasts gather to admire and invest in these rare relics of American automotive history. If you enjoyed this trip down memory lane, be sure to hit that like button, subscribe for more awesome car content, and let us know in the comments which of these 1966 muscle cars you'd love to take for a spin. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you in the next video.